Moin, I'm Catherine, and today I'm in bed with the wonderful Julie Mintz. We're so happy to be here with you.
Thank you for coming over.
I think this is the first time ever that I'm wearing a kimono. I hope it looks all right. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I like that we match.
I love it. I mean, this is honestly yours. So yeah. You've got some exciting things coming up for you.
Yes. My debut full-length album is coming out October 5th.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. And
we just recorded like 2 of the songs that's going to be on the album. I'm going to link them in the corner. Check them out.
Yes, 2 of the songs are on the album. The Sorrow Tree, which is most of the songs on the album I wrote myself, but the Sorrow Tree was actually written and produced by Moby. Mm-hmm. And so it first appeared on his album that's out now, and then I did an acoustic cover for my album.
Which is super amazing. I love it. I love both of those. Yeah.
And the album is called Abandon All Hope of Fruition, which is a pretty heavy title.
It is.
But it has kind of an interesting meaning to me. It's, I don't know if you're familiar with this American Tibetan Buddhist nun named Pema Chodron.
No, I'm not.
She wrote, she's written a bunch of books, but she wrote a book that I love called When Things Fall Apart, which I read, during like a time in my life when I was having like a really down time with a lot of struggles. And, she's talking about like how to go on in life when everything's not going your way.
Okay.
And one of the chapters in the book is called Abandon All Hope of Fruition, which sounds super depressing, but basically what she's suggesting is to let go of your idea of how you think everything needs to turn out in the future in order for you to be happy. So it's not saying like just become totally hopeless. It's just saying let go of your ideas and expectations of what you think that you really need, so that you can just be in acceptance of what you have and whatever might come to you, because we don't really know really what we need to be happy. Although I feel like I always thought I knew what I needed. Like I need this relationship to be happy. And that's a lot of what I write about in my songs.
Yeah.
So that's where the title comes from.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I mean,
it was kind of like a reminder to myself.
Yeah.
And that's what all the songs are about. A lot of the songs are about like wanting a relationship to work out or struggling with relationships. Yeah. So it seemed like a fitting title.
I love that. Now going to the sleepy part of things. Yes. What happened last night?
Oh, what did I do last night? Last night I went to sleep at about 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Which is actually, I'd say, average to early for me. Mm-hmm. I'm a real night owl.
You are.
Yes.
Oh, funny, we've just been talking about this in the other interview you just did with Jana, which I'm also going to link in the corner. Amazing.
But she's a night owl too?
No, she's the opposite.
Okay, yeah.
No, not even the opposite, but we've been talking about if sleep before 12 is healthier or not.
I've heard that it is.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like a very late sleeper.
I'm the worst. I think it's like a circadian rhythm thing.
Yeah?
Do you know about this? Oh, it's like how you're, like, they call it, it's like delayed sleep circadian rhythm. I'm saying it wrong, but it's something like, it's like whatever, like I think that my circadian rhythm wants to sleep from like 3 a.m. to noon. Mm-hmm. So, or like 3 a.m. to 11, like that's a.m. That's like when I want to get my 8 hours of sleep. And even if I try to push it, like my body will always drift back to that.
How does that work when you go somewhere else? Like when you have a time difference?
I don't even think I get jet lag. Like my body is so just like, let me go to sleep at 3 a.m. and let me wake up at 11 a.m. I don't care what time zone we're in.
That is interesting because, I picked out, like one of the questions I picked out for you is what's your poising for handling jet lags? And you don't,
I don't.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. Cause I definitely like have a sleeping disorder. And so I have to take melatonin every night. I take like I take a 1 milligram tablet and I break it into fourths.
Okay.
So it's like the tiniest amount.
Yeah.
But if I don't take that, I can't sleep. So I feel like no matter where I am, what time zone I'm in, I just take my tiny little quarter of a melatonin.
And you're good.
I mean, sometimes I'm up till like 5 a.m, but
Yeah.
you just have to make do, I guess, even if you only get 3 hours of sleep.
Who would you invite to a sleepover or a pajama party?
Oh my gosh.
Like if you could like choose whomever you want, dead or alive.
Anyone in the world?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I feel like there's so many options. If we're going like musically,
let's go music.
Yeah, I would love.
Let's narrow it down.
I would love to have like Joni Mitchell. I would just love to have my idols. Like I would have Joni Mitchell, Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris. Oh, actually, Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris, and Linda Ronstadt made a record together.
They did?
Yes. Called Trio, where they sang 3-part harmonies. So we should just have them to the sleepover.
Oh, yes.
They could just sing us to sleep with their 3-part harmonies.
That's such a good idea. Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, Joni Mitchell is one of my ultimate idols. But I'm kind of scared to meet her. You know how they say that like maybe you shouldn't meet your idols? I
know. Because, you know, if the person doesn't turn out exactly the way you imagine them to be, it's such a letdown.
Yeah.
And they can never be what they can never be that. It's like it's like in relationships, like you project so much into that new person and they can never be that.
I was actually afraid that if I met, like that I wouldn't be like the version of myself. Like if you're going on a date, you know what I mean? And you're like putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be like amazing. Mm-hmm. Because my brother-in-law grew up in Laurel Canyon. My sister's husband grew up in Laurel Canyon. And so he had like a friend that knew Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
So he was going to Joni Mitchell's birthday party. So he was like, you have to come. It's like a small gathering. And I was like, I can't. Because everyone's going to be like, Julie, go talk to her. Because everybody knows that I love her. Yeah. And then I just felt like, what if I freeze and like, I'm just... like don't know what to say or something. I feel like I'll regret it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
I totally get that. Yeah.
It would be worse than blowing like a great date. It would be like
I mean, I had like favorite bands and like after I met them, it was like, you know?
Yeah. Or like you were like, why did I say that? You know?
That for sure. I mean, that happens to me all the time in every situation, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself too. So I was just like, I don't even want to be in that
But
situation.
I get it. I get that you were like, would be afraid that you...
Although afterwards, a lot of people were like,
how could you miss
You
that?
had the chance to meet her and you didn't. And then part of me was like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have. So now I think I would like her to come to the sleepover.
Yes. That's a perfect solution.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Have you ever been so excited or so nervous about an event that you couldn't sleep the night before?
Yes. So I actually have started talking about this a little bit more. I actually have pretty bad performance anxiety.
You do?
Yes. And
I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell from what you just did here.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, also like I'm at my house and it's just the two of you. So like it's a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. But for example, like when I first started performing with Moby, because I play in his band as well, I sing backup and play keyboards for him. The very first show that I played with him, like I was so anxious. Like I couldn't talk to anybody the whole day. I was just like kind of in the corner. And he even said to me, he was like, your energy is making me so nervous. He was like, He was like, I don't know what to do. And that was like really unprofessional. I felt really bad, but I couldn't.
But you feel like you feel, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's gotten a lot better because I've been forced to perform so much.
You feel it's getting better with
and
the
actually
time.
Performing with him is really great because I know that the focus is on him. Like he's the star and everybody's there to see him. So I get to like do what I love, which is be on stage and play music, but I don't feel so much pressure that everybody's really focused on me. So that's been a really good experience. But still, when I have my own solo shows, I put a lot of pressure on myself. Yeah. And then like, if I'm not worried about the music, then I'll find something to obsess on. Like I'll start worrying about what I'm going to say in between songs. And I can like go off on that, worrying about it. So yes, I would say like anytime I have a performance, I'm super, everybody in my life knows that like days leading up to a performance, like,
be careful.
Yeah, it's more like internal, but I just like, it's really hard for me to like interact with people normally because I'm so stressed out.
Yeah. Oh,
I know.
I feel for you.
Yeah.
It's going to get better.
I think it always gets a little bit better every time. I mean, I've gotten to do amazing things with Moby. We played at the Hollywood Bowl.
I haven't been, but I've been told that it's like one of the best venues ever.
Oh my God, it's incredible. And I actually wasn't that nervous for that because my part was like manageable, and it was, I would say I was more just really excited for that. So that was a good sign.
That's good. Yeah.
I think it's always like you're a little bit excited and can't sleep. But also, do you know, so I studied neuroscience in college.
Oh, you did?
So I'm like really into like the science of the brain and how our bodies work and stuff.
That's super interesting.
One night of sleep deprivation actually has like an antidepressant effect the next day. Like it's energizing.
Yeah.
So usually if I can't sleep the night before something, like I don't freak out because I'm just like, just for one day, you're going to be fine. The next day, like you'll probably feel like crap because then it really hits you. But like usually you actually feel really good if you only get like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That like And like I had a very weird time in my life, like ages ago, in which I only slept like 4 to 5 hours, and I think that my body just did that, you know, to keep me going because it actually would probably did exactly that. It like worked like an antidepressant.
Yeah.
I'm over that.
Good.
Gratefully.
That would be really hard long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, but I was much younger then. I feel like when I was much younger, I could handle less sleep much better than I'm doing. I mean, not that I'm like,
There are some people, you know, that are genetically short sleepers that really only need 5 hours of sleep, 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night.
I mean, wouldn't that be
very
great?
rare.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes,
because you have so much more time to do stuff.
But I think a lot of especially Americans, try to be short sleepers.
Yes, and I don't think it's healthy.
I think it's really rare to have the short sleeper gene.
And then it's just not healthy.
It's
like
really
in the long run, it's just really not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not. Who would you like to write a lullaby for?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have 4 nephews. Yes. And a niece. But
all by the same sibling?
No. I have a bunch of siblings.
Okay.
But my littlest nephew, he's probably the only one that's like little enough still to have a lullaby. His name's Donovan, but he's the 3rd Donovan, so we call him D3. So I would really like to write a lullaby for D3.
Oh, that is so sweet. That's amazing. If your gateway, I'm messing up the question. If your bed was a gateway to another world, where would it lead to?
I would like it to just lead to the future.
Okay.
Just so I could know how things are going to turn out.
You're the first one to say that.
I feel like people have probably said like really imaginative, cool things. Like they want to go to like
so clever.
heaven or like, I don't know.
No, we sometimes we get like those nerdy answers, or we get like, you know, film scenarios or like or like book scenarios or stuff like that.
I mean, I would also like to know if this is all a simulation.
Yes.
So that would be cool.
Yeah.
But
then can we just jump to the other one, please?
Or let us control it a little more?
Yes.
But the thing that like I worry most about is my future. Like I really want to like have a family, and it's really hard in LA. So I feel like that would... I just like want to know how everything's going to turn out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
With career stuff and like love life stuff. So if I could just like take my bed and be like, how did it turn out? Then I think I would feel I'd probably sleep a lot better.
You probably would.
Yeah.
But maybe you might,
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's like part of the adventure is not knowing.
Absolutely.
But I would like to know like a little bit. Yeah.
Just to feel more secure and
I mean, I guess nobody gets to know though. That's how life works.
Yeah, that is true. Last question.
Okay.
No, I'm just not going to say it. We're going to see how it works out.
Okay.
You can like go either deep shit or to your childhood if you don't instantly know, because some people, you know, that Now I'm building up this question to something it not even is.
Okay.
Which monster sleeps under your bed?
Oh. Well, I've always had a fear of the dark.
You did?
Yeah, always. And I still do. And like I was telling you before we turned the camera on, that I love this house. I'm so happy here, but
it is a beautiful house.
Thank you. But I've had like a stalker here, and I've been burglarized here, but I feel very safe, and I have cameras and a alarm.
I can see the cameras and the alarm. There's an extra alarm for the window.
And deadbolts and a panic room. Yeah. But I would say definitely like when I'm here in the dark and like I hear a noise, I'm like, it's a man coming to get me. Yeah. Like that's for sure. I get monster.
That, especially if that had happened before. Yeah.
Yeah. I always think that. But then at the same time, I'm just like, it is literally impossible for a person to be in my house right now because I am dead bolted in this room with the alarm on. Yeah. Like they would have to walk through walls.
Yeah. And I mean, the last time you had something going on, the police was here super quick. Yeah. So, I mean, anyone who will ever want to try something.
So it's actually
so you now know that,
it's more like ghosts in the dark and stuff, I would say, because I know that really a person couldn't get in here without me knowing. Yeah. And I still feel like I'm scared of that since I was a little girl. Like,
I totally get that.
Sometimes when I'm alone in the dark, I'm just like, I want to run really fast and like jump under the covers.
Yeah, but those are nice covers. They will keep you safe.
Yeah,
they will keep you safe. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for inviting us to your home. That's been super nice.
Thank you.
And let's say bye to the internet out there. Thank you for watching.
Bye, thank you.